In today's lecture, we are going to start second type of analgesic, that is non-narcotic analgesic and NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents. In which definition of non-narcotic or NSAID, these are the pharmacological agents which on the administration they relieve mild to moderate pain and shows analgesic, antipyretic and anti-inflammatory action is known as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents or non-narcotic analgesic. Means these analgesic agents shows the effect or the action like antipyretic, anti-inflammatory and analgesic, and they relieve the mild to moderate pain sensation. After that, analgesic means these are the pharmacological agents, they relieve the pain sensation are known as analgesics. Then antipyretic. What is pyrexia? Sound is audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
In pyrexia condition, antipyretic agents are given. Means these are the pharmacological agent. They reduce the elevated, that is increased body temperature up to the normal temperature. That is antipyretic agents maintain the normal body temperature. Then anti-inflammatory agents, these are the pharmacological agents. They are used to treat the inflammation, are known as anti-inflammatory agents. After that, mechanism of, once again, I revise mechanism of fever. If there is viral or bacterial infection to our body, then immunity system get response to this bacterial or viral infection, in which WBC, which act as immunity, which shows immunity defense mechanism to fight the bacterial or the viral infection. During this immunity defense mechanism, there is one substance is produced here, that is pyrogen. And that pyrogen, which is, and pyrogen, it is an endogenous substance which is originated into the body, which elevate the body temperature, and this elevated body temperature signal given by prostaglandin to the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is temperature regulating or heat regulating center, where prostaglandin giving signal to the hypothalamus and raise the body temperature, that is fever is occur. After that, mechanism of action of NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agent. Screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In the mechanism of action of NSAID or non-narcotic agent, in which phospholipids are the components of the cell membrane, and lipid, these are the constituent of the living cells or the plant or animals. In phospholipids, those are the components of the cell membrane. They are converted into arachidonic acid in presence of phospholipase A2 enzyme. Phospholipids converted into arachidonic acid in presence of phospholipase A2 enzyme, and this arachidonic acid is converted into leukotrienes in presence of lipooxygenase. Then leukotrienes having the four type LTC4, LTA4, LT, that is leukotriene E4. In short, LTD4. This is short from leukotriene C4, leukotriene A4, leukotriene E4, and last one D4. Arachidonic acid in presence of lipooxygenase enzyme converted into leukotrienes. Then second pathway, in which arachidonic acid, which is converted into prostaglandin and thromboxane in presence of cyclooxygenase, that is COX. Cyclooxygenase enzyme, in presence of this enzyme, arachidonic acid is converted into PG, prostaglandin, and TX, thromboxane. Then prostaglandin having again 4 types: PGI2, PGH2, PGD2 and PGE2. Then thromboxane having again 2 types: thromboxane A1 and thromboxane B2. This is normal pathway of arachidonic acid or formation of prostaglandin, thromboxane and leukotrienes, where NSAID drugs act on this pathway here on the cyclooxygenase enzyme, and they stop the conversion of arachidonic acid to prostaglandin and thromboxane. When they stop the conversion into prostaglandin, therefore prostaglandin does not give a signal to the hypothalamus, means fever does not produce it. Normal pathway, firstly you have to remember after that this action of NSAID, that is they inhibit the NSAID, they act by inhibit the cyclooxygenase enzyme, and thus they inhibit the conversion of arachidonic acid to prostaglandin and thromboxane. This is main mechanism of action of NSAID. All of you understand this pathway?
Ma'am, एकदा अजून एकदा सांगा repeat.
हाँ मैम एकदा रे
Mechanism of action of NSAID or non-narcotic analgesic, in which firstly phospholipid, these are the component of the cell membrane, and conversion of phospholipid to arachidonic acid in presence of the enzyme phospholipase A2. After that, this arachidonic acid is converted into arachidonic acid having the two pathways. First one in presence of cyclooxygenase enzyme, and second pathway in presence of enzyme lipooxygenase. In presence of lipooxygenase, arachidonic acid is converted into leukotrienes, and these leukotrienes having 4 types: leukotriene C4, A4, E4, D4. Then in presence of cyclooxygenase, that is COX, in short COX enzyme, arachidonic acid converted into PG, that is prostaglandin, and TX, thromboxane. Then thromboxane having again 2 types, thromboxane A1 and B2. Then prostaglandin having 4 types: PGI2, PGH2, PGD2 and PGE2. This is normal pathway. When NSAID, that is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents, act, then they act on this pathway. They inhibit the conversion of arachidonic acid to prostaglandin and thromboxane. That is, they inhibit the enzyme which is responsible for this conversion, that is cyclooxygenase. NSAID act by inhibit the enzyme cyclooxygenase, and thus they inhibit the conversion of arachidonic acid to PG and TX, that is thromboxane. This is the mechanism of action of NSAID. All of you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you, do you understand the pathway of NSAID, how they act?
Yes, ma'am.
Which enzyme is responsible for the conversion of phospholipid to arachidonic acid?
Phospholipase
Phospholipase A2.
Lipase A2.
And which enzyme is responsible
Phospholipase
for conversion of arachidonic acid to leukotrienes?
lipoxygenase.
Lipoxygenase.
Then arachidonic acid to prostaglandin and thromboxane. This conversion occur in presence of which enzyme?
Cyclooxygenase.
Cyclooxygenase, that is COX enzyme. COX inhibitor means here NSAID act as COX inhibitor, that is cyclooxygenase enzyme inhibitor, right? Inhibit करतात action. NSAID inhibit this pathway, only this enzyme cyclooxygenase, that is they act as cyclooxygenase enzyme inhibitor. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, their classification, mainly two classes. First one is non-selective COX inhibitor. COX means
Cyclooxygenase.
correct. So mainly two classes in the NSAID. First one non-selective COX inhibitor, in which again subclasses, 9 subclasses, and the second class is selective COX-2 inhibitor. In the first class, non-selective COX inhibitor, first one salicylic acid derivative, the example aspirin and sodium salicylate. Then second para-amino phenol derivative, their example paracetamol and phenacetin. Third one propionic acid derivative. Wait for 2 minutes. In non-selective COX inhibitor, that is cyclooxygenase enzyme inhibitor, mainly 9 subclasses, in which first one salicylate acid derivative, their example aspirin and sodium salicylate. Sound is audible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Then second para-amino phenol derivatives, their example paracetamol and phenacetin. Propionic acid derivative, their example ibuprofen, ketoprofen. Then fourth pyrazolone derivative, their example phenylbutazone and oxyphenylbutazone. Then fifth indole acetic acid, their example indomethacin and sulindac. Oxycam derivative, their example piroxicam and mefloxicam. Then next mefenamic acid derivative, their example phenamic acid derivative, their example mefenamic acid and flufenamic acid. Aryl acetic acid derivative, their example diclofenac and cyclofenac. Last one miscellaneous, their example nimesulide. Then B selective COX-2 inhibitor, their example celecoxib, rofecoxib and voldecoxib. This classification of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agent. How many classes in the NSAID?
2 classes. 2 classes.
2 plus.
Anyone can classify the classification of NSAID. Screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Read the classification of NSAID.
A point non-selective COX inhibitor. First one, salicylic acid derivative. Example, aspirin, sodium salicylate. Second, p-amino phenol derivative. Example, paracetamol, phenacetin. Third, propanic acid derivative. Example, ibuprofen, ketoprofen. Fourth, pyrazolone derivative. Example, phenylbutazine, oxyphenbutazone. Fifth, indole acetic acid. Example, indomethacin, sulindac. Six, oxycam derivative. Example, pyroxycam, methaloxycam. Seven, phenamic acid derivative. Example, mefenamic acid, fluphenamic acid. 8, aryl acetic acid derivative. Example, diclofenac, acylophenate. 9, miscellaneous. Example, neem slide. Second, selective COX second inhibitor. Example, celecoxib, rofecoxib, holdicoxib.
Roll number 46. Forty-seven.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 46. Read the classification.
Yes, ma'am. Non-selective cost inhibitor. First, salicylic acid derivatives. Example, aspirin, sodium salicylate. Second, p-aminophenol derivatives. Example, paracetamol, phenacetin. Third, propanic acid derivatives. Example, ibuprofen, ketoprofen.
Forty-seven.
Yes, ma'am.
Read the classification.
Classification non-selective COX inhibitor. Select salicylic acid derivatives. Example, aspirin, sodium salicylate. P-amino phenol derivatives. Uh, paracetamol.
Para-amino phenol derivatives. Example,
Paracetamol and
phenacetin.
phenacetin. Propene derivative, propene acid derivatives. Example,
Ibuprofen.
ibuprofen and ketoprofen. Parazone derivative, phenyl butazine.
Phenylbutazone and oxyphenbutazone. Fifth class,
Iodine,
indole.
idol,
Indole acetic acid.
indole acetic acid, methixine and salicylic. 6,
Oxycam derivatives.
become
Their
derivatives.
examples,
Paroxysm,
meflo.
Floflaxin, phenomic acid derivative, example, phenamic acid and furonic acid.
Fluphenamic and mefenamic acid. Roll number 67.
Yes, ma'am.
Classify NSAID.
Non-selective COX inhibitor. First salicylic acid derivative. Example aspirin. Sodium salicylate. Second p-aminophenol derivative. Example paracetamol.
Para-amino.
And phenacetin. Third propanonic acid derivative. Example ibuprofen, ketoprofen.
Ibuprofen, ketoprofen.
Pyrazoline derivative. Example phenylbutazine, oxyphenone butazone. Fifth indole acetate acid, indomethacin, salinidac. Six oxycam derivative. Example pyroxicam, mefloxicam. Seven phenamic acid derivative. Example mefenic acid and fluphenamic acid.
Mefenamic acid and fluphenamic acid.
Eighth aryl acetic acid derivative. Example diclofenac and aceclofenac. Ninth miscellaneous nimesulide. B selective COX second inhibitor. Example silocoxib, roficoxib, voldicoxib.
Okay, this is classification of NSAID. All of you, how many classes in the NSAID?
Two classes.
Two classes.
Two classes.
Two classes are there.
First one is
Selective COX.
Selective
First
causes,
inhibitor.
first,
then first class is again classified into how many classes?
9 class.
Nine class.
9 class.
In which first one is
Sedative,
Salicylic acid derivative. Second para amino.
not
Amino,
selective salicylic
phenol.
acid.
Derivatives.
All of you, first class in the non-selective COX inhibitor.
Salicylic acid derivatives.
Salicylate acid
acid
derivative.
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 Example is aspirin and sodium salicylate.
Second class,
Para-aminophenol derivatives.
Example paracetamol, phenacetin.
third class,
Propanonic acid derivatives.
example,
Ibuprofen and
Ibuprofen
ketoprofen.
and ketoprofen.
then fourth,
Pyrazolone derivatives.
Pyraxolone derivative.
Parabutylazine.
Phenylbutazone and oxybutazone.
phenylbutazone and oxyphenylbutazone. Fifth class,
Indole acetic acid.
indole acetic acid,
Indomethacin and salinidac.
six,
Oxychemical
derivatives. Pyrazicum and
seventh class,
phenamic acid derivatives.
next class,
acetic acid.
next,
Miscellaneous.
then second class, B,
Example,
flecoxib, rofecoxib, voldicoxib. These are the These are the examples in the selective COX second inhibitors. This is classification of NSAID. All of you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next point is pharmacology of NSAID. Screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Pharmacology of salicylate. Also question is asked, write in detail pharmacology of salicylate because in their example salicylic acid derivative, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
On first type analgesic were questions either write in detail pharmacology of morphine येऊ शकतो किंवा narcotic analgesic and non-narcotic वरती write in detail pharmacology of NSAID or salicylate. Salicylate, when the question is write in detail pharmacology of salicylate, then answer is same this. So pharmacological actions of salicylate or NSAID, in which first one is analgesic. What is analgesic?
Relieve the pain
Pain
sensation.
sensation.
Relieve the pain
These
sensation.
are the pharmacological agents. They are used to relieve
Relieve
the
pain.
mild to moderate pain sensation are known as analgesic. Then antipyretic, they reduce the elevated body temperature up to the normal level. Then anti-inflammatory, these are the agents that treat inflammation or reduce the inflammation is known as anti-inflammatory agent. Same from the definition, you have to write same these three pharmacological actions in the NSAID. In analgesic, aspirin is useful in the treatment to relieve the mild to moderate pain. Sound is audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Analgesic, in which aspirin is useful in the treatment of mild to moderate pain. Aspirin is under which category? Which class under?
Salicylic acid.
Salicylic acid derivatives.
That is salicylate category or salicylic acid derivative. So in the analgesic, aspirin, it is useful in the treatment of mild to moderate pain. And salicylate derivatives, they reduces or relieve the dull pains related to joint, muscle, nerves, body ache, headache, toothache, then by acting on the thalamus and hypothalamus. In which salicylate derivative, they reduces the pains related to joints, muscles, nerve and body ache. Body ache means weakness or fatigue or fever condition. Then headache. Headache माहिती है?
डोकेदुखी.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, toothache. Toothache means there is pain inflammation around the teeth. That is toothache. By acting on the thalamus and the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus and thalamus, in which thalamus is a small structure with the brain which is located above the brain stem. Then their function is to transmit the sensory and motor signals to the cerebral cortex. These all the types of the pain reduced or relieved by the salicylic category drugs or salicylate derivative by acting on the thalamus and the hypothalamus. Then next, antipyretic action. NSAID reduces the PG synthesis, right? In their mechanism of action, we discussed they inhibit the conversion of arachidonics to prostaglandin. That is, they inhibit the formation of prostaglandin and thromboxane. जर हे कन्वर्जन स्टॉप झालं तर प्रोस्टाग्लॅन्डिन फॉर्म होईल का? त्या एन्झाइमची स्टॉप केली when we inhibit the activity or role of this cyclooxygenase enzyme, then we will get prostaglandin. Prostaglandin
ma'am.
synthesis होईल का?
No, ma'am.
All of you.
No, ma'am.
Yes or no?
No, ma'am. नाही होणार.
No, ma'am.
So this mechanism of action you have to write in the antipyretic action, that is NSAID reduces the prostaglandin synthesis by act on the cyclooxygenase inhibitor, and they reduce the elevated body temperature to the normal level. What is elevated body temperature? Elevated body temperature means
Increase body temperature.
increased body temperature.
Body temperature.
The agent reduces the increased body temperature to the normal level. They promote the heat loss by vasodilation of small skin, blood vessel, as well as increasing the sweating. After you have taken tablet of paracetamol, aspirin, or any other analgesic tablet, painkiller, then sweating occur होतं, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
fever आल्यावर टॅबलेट घेतल्यानंतर आफ्टर ती इफेक्ट त्याचा इफेक्ट दाखवते analgesic to reduce the pain or to reduce the elevated body temperature, then sweating is produced. Sweating, you know, wetting condition of skin. This occur because of widening of blood vessel. Means NSAID act by reducing the prostaglandin synthesis. They reduces the elevated body temperature by promote the heat loss. Heatचा loss होतो, increase body temperature कमी होतोय by the vasodilation. Vasodilation means widening of the blood vessel, and also there is increase the sweating. As fever is decreases, sweating is produced. All of you understand antipyretic action?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then after that, anti-inflammatory action, in which it have potent anti-inflammatory action, produce the following effects. Means they decrease the capillary permeability. Capillary permeability means capacity of the blood vessel wall to allow for the flow of the small molecule into the cell. And second one, reduce the development of inflammatory edema. What is edema? OEDEMA. Edema means
Sujine.
Susan.
in the anti-inflammatory action, they reduces the development of inflammatory edema. Means there is fluid retention or swelling or deposition of the fluid is reduced by anti-inflammatory agent. This is related to anti-inflammatory action in the NSAID. Rule number 4. Sound is audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Rule number 4. Can you tell the how the antipyretic shows their action? Antipyretic.
Reduce the increase in body temperature to normal temperature.
Okay, in anti-inflammatory, it have the potent anti-inflammatory action, and they produces the decrease the permeability. Cell permeability decreases and also reduces the development of inflammatory edema by act as anti-inflammatory agent. That is to reduce the inflammation. The next action on the respiration. Salicylates are the respiratory stimulant. They show stimulatory action, that is they stimulate the respiratory system, and direct action on the medullary respiratory stimulant. They show direct stimulant action on the respiratory centers, medullary respiratory centers वर stimulatory actions दाखवतात. Salicylate derivative or NSAID shows respiratory stimulant action. Then next on the GIT. Salicylate ingestion or administration causes dyspnea and high incidence of nausea, vomiting, epigastric pain, distress, gastric bleeding, ulcers. This happen on the GIT, means salicylate after administration of salicylate. After the administration or ingestion of the salicylate, it causes dyspnea. Dyspnea means there is difficulty in the breathing. And because of dyspnea, there is high incidences of nausea, vomiting, epigastric pain. Epigastric pain means pain below the ribs in the upper area of the abdomen. Abdomenच्या वर जो upper area आहे, that is below the ribs. At that area, there is pain sensation, that is epigastric pain is observed. Then nausea, vomiting, and gastric bleeding means GI tract मध्ये bleeding होतं. And ulcer, do you know ulcer? Sound is audible to all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What is ulcer? You have any idea about ulcer?
माउस मध्ये येतात ते का?
स्टमकच्या लेअरला इंजुरी होते. Increasing of
Stomach.
There is
acidic level.
lesions of the
Acid
GI
level
tract.
increase होते मॅडम.
Due to increased acid level, there is lesions on the GIT tract or damaging of the GIT tract. That is ulcer. So nausea, vomiting, epigastric pain, and gastric bleeding. An ulcer occurs on the GIT tract. Epigastric pain means pain below the ribs, ribs च्या below and upper area of abdomen. Abdomen च्या आणि ribs च्या below चा जो area आहे, that area where the pain is occur, that is epigastric pain. Then on the blood system, it reduces platelet aggregation and promote the fibrinolysis. Fibrinolysis, that is prevent the blood clot formation. Prolonged bleeding time interferes with the formation of thromboxane enzyme and the chemical mediator essential for the platelet aggregation. Means overall action of NSAID on the blood system is they reduce the platelet aggregation, that is clumping of the platelets together. They prevent and also prevent the blood clot formation. Means on the blood system, NSAID act in thromboxane, which shows inhibit the platelet aggregation. Prostaglandin act on prostaglandinचा रोल कोणत्या ऍक्शन मध्ये बघितला? In the fever, that is in antipyretic action, and thromboxane, the second आहे arachidonic acid, which is converted into thromboxane. That thromboxane plays the role in the blood system, that is they reduces the platelet aggregation and act by prevent the blood clot formation, that is they prevent platelet aggregation by act as fibrinolysis. Sound is audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Then next action on the kidney. Pharmacological actions of NSAID on the kidney, in which higher dose of salicylate, that is 5 gram per day, which increases the excretion of uric acid, and it shows uricosuric acid effect, in which higher dose, salicylate's a higher dose, that is 5 gram per day, which increases the excretion of uric acid. When there is increase the excretion of uric acid, it shows the uricosuric effect. This one asked for MCQ. And also one mark question. We are already studied anti-rheumatic agent. What is rheumatoid arthritis, in which uricosuric acid derivative study केलेले, right? What is rheumatoid arthritis? Uricosuric acid derivative, then urate synthesis inhibitor in the classification of anti-rheumatic agents. Study केलेलं की नाही? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
काय होतं rheumatoid arthritis मध्ये? What happened in the rheumatoid arthritis? Rheumatism. What is rheumatism?
Inflammatory disorder affect musculoskeletal system.
आणि uricosuric acid derivative कोणत्या क्लासिफिकेशन मध्ये होतं? Anti-gout के anti-gout.
Anti-gout.
Okay, anyone can classify anti-rheumatic anti-gout agent? Classification of anti-gout agent. Sound is audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anti-gout agent are classified into 4 types. First one is colchicum alkaloid. Second one, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agent. Third, urate synthesis inhibitor. Fourth, uricosuric agent.
Their examples: uricosuric agent. Example: NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agent, also shows their action on the gout condition. Their examples:
Ibuprofen, indomethacin.
Ibuprofen, indomethacin, and phenylbutazone. These examples. NSAID च्या क्लासिफिकेशन मध्ये हे एक्झाम्पल्स आहेत का? NSAID च्या क्लासिफिकेशन मध्ये they are distributed into the particular category, right? Ibuprofen under which category?
Prophenic acid
Prophenic
derivative.
acid derivative.
Indomethacin.
Indole
Indole.
Then oxycodone derivatives. Sorry, Phenylbutazone, which is under which class?
Oxycum derivatives.
Pyrazole derivative.
Phenylbutazone.
Pyrazole derivatives.
Pyrazole derivative.
Okay. So in the rheumatism, it is a musculoskeletal disorder. That is, there is inflammation to the joint muscle, and it occurs sometimes due to the deposition into the joint. एक diagram बघितलेली आपण, right? Do you remember? Yes or no? Deposition in the joint. Anti-rheumatic agent. During the study of anti-rheumatic agent, we discuss about deposition into the joint is occur. Therefore, rheumatoid arthritis is occurs, in which this action is similar to action on the kidney when higher dose of similar means correlated, that is salicylates, they are used in treatment of rheumatoid arthritis because they shows higher dose of the salicylate, then they increases the excretion of uric acid. By increasing the excretion of uric acid, there is no deposition in the joints. Therefore, rheumatoid arthritis treatment मध्ये also NSAID are used. Then actions on the liver. Pharmacological action of NSAID on the liver. Its higher dose secretion increases, that is bile secretion is increases, and it produces hepatic necrosis. Necrosis means cell death. Hepatic cell death is occur action on the liver. NSAID when given into the higher dose, there is increase the bile secretion and they produces hepatic necrosis, that is cell death is occur. Then next action on the metabolism. What is metabolism?
Biotransformation of simple complex to polar compound to complex to simple.
Simpler form. In which large dose of salicylate produces hyperpyrexia. What is hyperpyrexia? Hyperpyrexia. Pyrexia means
Rise in body temperature.
Increase body temperature.
when the large dose of salicylate, it produces hyperpyrexia. At the toxic dose of salicylate, it converts a large part of energy from the metabolism into the heat. During the metabolism, ह्या point वर पण MCQ येऊ शकतो. NSAID means they relieve the pain sensation, they act by reduce the elevated body temperature, like that. तुम्ही याच्यामध्ये लिहायचं नाही. This is a different pharmacological action in which when the toxic dose of salicylate or overdose of salicylate, toxic dose of salicylate which convert a large part of energy from the metabolism into the heat. During the metabolism, this toxic dose of salicylate get converted into the heat. That is hyperpyrexia effect is observed. Then next one, this is all about the pharmacology of NSAID, pharmacological actions of NSAID, in which first one analgesic, that is they relieve the pain sensations and they also relieve the pain sensation during the headache, toothache, then different during the fatigue, weakness at that time, that those pains are occurs, they relieve by analgesic. Then antipyretic, they reduces the elevated body temperature. Anti-inflammatory means these are the potent anti-inflammatory actions. They reduces the development of inflammatory edema and also decreases the capillary or the cell permeability. Then next on respiration, they show stimulant effect or depressant effect. on the respiration. NSAID shows which effect, stimulatory or depressant?
Stimulatory. Depressant
All of
effect.
you all are present.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, NSAID shows respiratory stimulant effect on the respiratory system by their direct action on the stimulatory action on the medullary respiratory centers. Then on the GIT, when salicylate administration, they shows difficulty in breathing, that is dyspnea, and there is risk of or higher incidences of nausea, vomiting, epigastric pain, distress, gastric bleeding, and the ulcer. Then after that, on the blood system, it reduces the platelet aggregation by on kidney, on blood system, it reduces the platelet aggregation to promote the fibrinolysis. Fibrinolysis means prevent the blood clot formation, in which there is action of thromboxane. How the thromboxane synthesized? Thromboxane कसा form होतो? From which acid? Sound is audible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I am asking about mechanism of action of NSAID. Thromboxane कसा occur होतो? How the thromboxane is synthesized? From which acid? Which acid?
Cyclooxygenase.
This is enzyme. Arachidonic acid to thromboxane in presence of cyclooxygenase. Pathway समजला नाही का तुम्हाला?
समजलं.
समजलंय मॅम.
समजलं.
रिस्पॉन्स एक देते ते पण रॉंग आहे. बाकीचे काय झोपले काय? Remaining students,
Yes, ma'am.
arachidonic acid converted into thromboxane in presence of which enzyme?
Cyclooxygenase.
Cyclooxygenase.
And synthesis of thromboxanes means thromboxane is occur from which acid?
Arachidonic acid.
Arachidonic acid.
Arachidonic acid.
And NSAID act on this pathway where they act on this enzyme and they stop this pathway. All of you understand mechanism of action?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
NSAID is important question for the long answer. Their mechanism of action, their classification, and their pharmacology. It is important for long answer question and also for 1 mark question, drug of choice or in MCQ. Then their action on the liver. It increases the bile secretion, that it shows the hepatic necrosis. On kidney, uricosuric effect. This one also asked an important one. Uricosuric effect is observed on the high dose of salicylate, that is 5 grams per day. It shows uricosuric acid effect. Salicylate on the large dose, that is 5 grams per day. They inhibit the reabsorption of urate proximal diluted PCT, proximal tubule convoluted tubules, and they shows uricosuric effect on, and on the small dose of the salicylate, they increases the plasma urate level by interfering the secretion of distal tubule. Means you have to remember, on the large dose they shows uricosuric effect, and on the small dose, that is 1 to 2 gram, they increases the plasma urate level. In higher dose of salicylate, they increases the excretion of uric acid. And in case of smaller dose of salicylate, they increases the plasma urate level. Then last one, action on the metabolism. At the toxic dose of salicylate, which convert large part of energy from the metabolism into the heat, means there is heat generated, that is hyperpyrexia effect is observed. All of you understand pharmacological actions of NSAID.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
On the large dose of salicylate, काय increase होतं? Which effect is observed?
Uric acid.
Uricosuric acid.
Uric acid increase of the
Uricosuric acid.
Uricosuric effect is observed, and on a, means they increases the excretion of uric acid. Therefore, it shows uricosuric effect. And on the small dose, that is 1 to 2 gram per day, what they increase? They increase plasma urate level. Small dose मध्ये plasma urate level increase करतात, and on the high dose, they increase the excretion of uric acid. All of you understand difference in between small dose and large dose?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The next point, pharmacokinetic. What is pharmacokinetic?
Study of EDM. Study of EDME.
Study of ADME.
Study of ADM.
Except roll number 30, 22, and remaining students. What is kinetic?
Pharmacokinetic is a branch of pharmacology which deals
Of
with
EDM.
ADME.
Roll number 22, mute yourself. Except those 3 roll number, remaining student. What is pharmacokinetic?
Pharmacokinetic
It
is
is
a
a
branch
branch
of
of pharmacology
which
that
deals with
defines fate
study of
of drug and
ADME.
deals with absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion of drugs.
Okay, except again these 2 roll numbers means 67 and 10. Remaining students, what is pharmacokinetic?
Pharmacokinetic is branch of which deals with the study, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and
22.
excretion.
Except roll number 22 आणि जे remaining 5 roll numbers ज्यांनी सांगितले ते सोडून बाकीचे students.
Pharmacokinetic is the branch of
The pharmacology which deals with study of absorption,
Study of EDME.
metabolism, and excretion of drug.
So it is study of absorption, distribution, and metabolism and excretion of drug, in which NSAID pharmacokinetic absorption, well absorbed from the stomach, then distribution, they bound to the plasma protein, bound and unbound drug. We discuss in the distribution concept, in which NSAID bound to the plasma protein, then metabolism, they metabolized by liver in phase second, glucuronide conjugation and excreted through the kidney. This is pharmacokinetic of NSAID. Roll number 48. Read the pharmacokinetic of NSAID. Sound is audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, roll number 48. Are you present? 48 absent. 49.
Yes, ma'am.
What is
Absorption,
pharmacokinetic of NSAID?
study of
Read
PDME.
pharmacokinetic. Read
Absorption,
pharmacokinetic.
absorption will absorb from stomach, distribution bound to the plasma protein, metabolism, liver, glucuronide conjugation, extraction, kidney.
Okay, all of you understand pharmacokinetic of NSAID?
Yes, ma'am.
Salicylate.
Yes, ma'am.
Salicylate and NSAID have the same pharmacological action and same pharmacokinetic and their side effects. The next point, side effects. Side effects you can write easily from the pharmacological action. First one is dyspepsia, nausea and vomiting, hepatotoxicity, renal damage, ulcer and gastric bleeding. In which first one, dyspepsia, that is upper abdominal discomfortness or burning sensation, means increased acid level, that is burning sensation. There is pain to the upper abdominal part, that is dyspepsia. Then nausea and vomiting. After that, hepatotoxicity means toxicity to which organ? Hepato.
Liver.
Hepatic means
Liver.
hepatotoxicity, cardiotoxicity, renal toxicity. All these points we are already discussed in general anesthetics. I think in the ether. Do you remember? Hepatic system means which system of body? Renal system means which system?
Hepatic system.
Extraction, kidney.
Renal means?
Kidney.
Renal means kidney, okay. And hepatic means hepato.
Liver.
Liver.
Hepatic system means there is hepatotoxicity means liver toxicity, renal damage, kidney damage, ulcer, gastric bleeding. These are the side effects of the NSAID. Nausea and vomiting. Do you know? Nausea and vomiting. माहिती
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
है? What are the side effects of the NSAID? Dyspepsia. समझ
Yes, ma'am.
there is upper abdominal discomfortness or burning sensation in the abdomen. The next uses: analgesic, antipyretic, anti-inflammatory, antiplatelet, and anti-rheumatic. Tell me one by one, what is analgesic?
Relief pain
Relief
sensation.
Relief
pain
pain sensation.
All of you, tell me one by one in detail about analgesic, antipyretic, these uses. Firstly, what is analgesic?
Analgesic means
Relief pain
sensation.
Relief pain sensation.
Antipyretic,
Reduce fever.
Reduce the body temperature.
Body temperature.
Reduce elevation body temperature and to normal temperature.
anti-inflammatory,
It is the pharmacological treatment of inflammation. It is known as anti-inflammatory.
antiplatelet, platelet aggregation inhibit करतात. That is, they promote the fibrinolysis. Then anti-rheumatic. What is anti-rheumatic?
Used in treatment of rheumatism.
rheumatism or rheumatoid arthritis treatment मध्ये. These are the uses of NSAID. After that, preparations. Aspirin tablet, aspirin by different brand name or trade name, they are available. Aspirin tablet IP 300 mg, which is given by orally. Then next, salicylism. Analgesic मध्ये कोणतं poisoning study केलेलं? Narcotic analgesic. Which
Narcotic
poisoning
analgesic.
study?
Morphine.
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 Okay. In
Morphine or opium.
non-narcotic analgesic or NSAID, this salicylism is point in which that is salicylateचा overdose झाल्यावर poisoning होते, that known as salicylism causes prolonged administration of salicylate. For the long time administration of salicylate, which shows salicylism. Then their symptoms: headache, dizziness, vertigo, tinnitus, then nausea and vomiting, restlessness, tremors, respiratory depression, acid base, imbalance. These are the symptoms of salicylism. How the headache is occurred, do you know? That is mechanism of headache. Sound is audible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
How headache is occurred? Any idea? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Sometimes there is muscles or the blood vessels. They get swelling or tighten. Then they stimulate to the nerve and therefore they put pressures on the nerve. Means firstly, in the mechanism of headache, muscles and the blood vessels are swelling of the muscles and the blood vessel. Then the tightening of the blood vessel is occur, and then it goes through the change in the nerve. That is, they stimulate to the nerve. There is pressure on the nerve occur, and due to this pressure on the nerve is occur, which produces pain. Rash pain is occur when there is pressure on the nerves. And message of this rash pain goes to the brain and headache is produced. There is pressure on the nerve. After that, this rash pain sensation message goes to the brain and headache is occur. This is mechanism of headache. Then second, dizziness. What is dizziness? चक्कर येणे.
Thakwa.
Vertigo, fatigue, that is thakwa. Dizziness means sensation of spinning around or losing the balance. That is dizziness. Then vertigo. After that, tinnitus. Tinnitus means ringing of ears. Then nausea and vomiting, restlessness. Restlessness means inability to relax. Then tremors. What is tremors? In anti-epileptic agent, we discuss about tremors, convulsion, epilepsy. What is tremor? It is involuntary rhythmic muscle contraction or relaxation. Then next, respiratory depression. And next one is acid-base imbalance. That is acid-base electrolyte imbalance, which is maintained by kidney. And this maintenance is imbalanced. These are the symptoms of salicylism. After the treatment, screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 37. Are you present? 37. Pawar.
Yes, ma'am.
Read the causes and symptoms of salicylism.
Causes prolonged administration of salicylate. Symptom: headache, dizziness, vertigo, tinnitus, nausea and vomiting, restlessness, tremors, respiratory disturbance, acid-base balance.
Acid-base electrolyte imbalance. Last one symptom. Then treatment prompt hospitalization means firstly hospitalized to the patient. After that gastric lavage means cleaning out the content from the stomach. That is remove the unabsorbed drugs from the stomach. It is also known as stomach pumping of stomach. Then rehydration therapy, in which it is used to treat the dehydration. Dehydration means loss of water. It is used to treat the dehydration. Then hyperthermia, acid-base imbalance by administration of IV fluids. Means rehydration therapy is given to treat the dehydration, hyperthermia, and acid-base imbalance, which is occurred due to the administration of IV fluids, in which hyperthermia means high body temperature. Then next, reducing the body temperature by external sponging with the cold water or alcohol, means when fever is occur, then the sponging of cold water is given. That same treatment is given in the salicylism to reduce the body temperature. Then next, vitamin K and blood transfusion is advised to prevent hemorrhagic complications, that is bleeding complications are prevented by blood transfusion therapy or vitamin K, which provide blood coagulation and to prevent the bleeding or hemorrhagic complications. Then ketosis is treated with the IV administration of dextrose. Means ketosis means body doesn't have enough carbohydrate or energy. Then this ketosis condition is occurred during the salicylism, which is treated by administration of dextrose. Dextrose is act as energy source, or it is also carbohydrate. In the ketosis, there is loss of carbohydrate or loss of energy. Then next one, salicylate excretion can be enhanced by alkalinization of urine with the 2% of dextrose and 2% of sodium bicarbonate. Means excretion of salicylate, which is enhanced by alkalinization, means alkylating agent, sodium bicarbonate and dextrose are given to enhance the excretion. By enhance the excretion, salicylism or salicylate poisoning is reduced. Then last one, metabolic acidosis. There is increase in the plasma activity, and which can be corrected by administration of sodium bicarbonate. Means increase the plasma activity, that is metabolic acidosis, which is occur in the salicylism and which can be corrected or treated by the sodium bicarbonate. This is treatment of salicylism. All of you understand causes, symptoms, and treatment of salicylism?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Here we complete NSAID, analgesic in which second type, non-narcotic analgesic or NSAID, in which firstly we discuss what is NSAID, after that their mechanism of action, then classification, then pharmacology of NSAID or salicylate, then pharmacokinetic, side effect, after that preparations, and salicylate, causes, symptoms, and treatment. 71, mute yourself. Roll number 71, mute yourself. Here we complete NSAID. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.